All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let me get some music going, shall I? Man, let me pull up the Spotify. Pull up the new album. Put it in the background. Let's see. Oh shit, man. Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff, man? Let's go to Pixel Blast and we'll do a little bit of this in the background. If it will. What the fudge? Hold on. Default? I mean, it should, right? Oh, there we go. There we go. Let me fix the volume here. I did a Windows 11 update, so it's like really still trying to fix everything. Rumble chat. Let me see if this is working. Testing. Okay. That still works. That's good. All right, man. We got a lot. We've got a lot to cover today, man. All right. Where are we at? Let me see. Golly, man, there's so much. There's so much stuff, man, we've been missing out on. And now that we're live, I need to see if this is gonna work. And stream category, gaming news, gaming. Let's see if it says gaming. Oh man, how do categories work on TikTok, man? Game. News. News and event. Bro, how does this work? Gaming. Bro, I have no idea how stream category works with this. Talk. Tavern talk. Talking about. What are we talking about? Yeah, man, I don't know. Let's just go Battlefield. Let's go Arc Raiders. Bro, what are you talking about? I fucking already did this like weeks ago, bro. I wonder if it's just working anyway. No? That's weird, man. All right, what about YouTube? We're trying to work through tech stuff for those that might be watching. Trying to get that working. Live, shorts. Live, home, live. Yeah, we got this. What about the short form? What about the vertical feed? Oh my Lanta. Configure your multi-streaming settings. God, why am I even bothering with this shit? Let me see. Connect. See, it's. Bro, what the fuck happened, man? Canvas not found. That is crazy, dude. Damn, son. Forgive me, guys. I'm trying to sort through some tech stuff. That's weird, dude. Output. Man. Override. Yeah. Adaptive quantization. Yeah, I don't know. All right, I tell you what. Let me. I'm gonna be right back, chat. Let me get right back, and we're gonna come back to it. For whatever reason, Vertical is just not cooperating. I think when I did Windows 11 update, it screwed up a bunch of shit. Naturally, right? Yo, give me a few minutes, man. I'll be back. There we go. All right. Are we back? All right, we're back. Jesus. Oh man. Okay. What's going on? Let's see. Pricing weapons. Not that much, man. Okay. We got recordings to do. We got tons to talk about, man. Tons to talk about. I'm going to have to mess with my vertical canvas shit later. Windows 11 changed a lot of shit, of course. Of course it did. So, let me see. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Let's start with moving this stuff over. I'll have to, I guess, reapply for the fucking TikTok streaming. I'm gonna have to reset my entire stream elements. I don't know what the hell it did. Ugh. All right, let's do this, or long form perhaps. Yeah, let's do long form. And what are we going to start with? Man, Battlefield. Where is the Battlefield news? What are we going to cover, man? What are we going to cover? Where's the graphic for? There it is. 6.5 million copies sold. All right, let me get on the vertical here and let's scoot this over. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Let's scoot this over just a little bit. Okay. So yeah, we could start with this. Let me make a note here. We already did BF6. All right. Don't mind me. I'm going to get my vertical. We're going to get some recordings done. We're going to get some stuff done today. What in the fuck is this? Okay. Rumble Studio. Yo, welcome in everybody. Anybody that's watching. We have I guess we could play some music. Hopefully it's not too loud. It shouldn't be. Not compared to my voice. It shouldn't be. All right. So. I'm just getting the articles and everything lined up. So let's see. We have this one. We have... Was there anything else? I mean, that one's kind of its own thing. Tons of Mortal Kombat stuff. Arc Raiders, Marathon. We have a new game that we're going to talk about later called Rules of Engagement, the Gray State, which looks absolutely insane. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull up, what is this? What was it? What was it called? Rules of Engagement. Rules of Engagement, the Gray State. Yeah. Trailer reveal. Yeah. We'll do a full breakdown of this one, man. This is gonna be its own video, for sure. We're definitely gonna mess with that. However, let's get some short form stuff out of the way real quick. Let me turn. Okay. All right, here we go. I need my foot pedal for this. All right, let's get. Make sure this shit works the way I think it does. Gotta make sure our pedal still works. How about... Okay, that works. All right, now I got to think about what I'm going to say. How am I going to start this one? This is one of those short form videos. Call of Duty is cooked this year, financially speaking, and I'm going to prove it to you with a little help of Battlefield Intel and a bunch of other reports online from Alina Analytics, I think is the main Twitter handle. But basically, what we're looking at is Battlefield 6 has already sold, by all estimates, 6.5 million copies, with over 350 million in revenue and 2.5 million on Steam on launch day. They're showing a little graph here, and it's saying that 56% of that is on Steam, and then you have 23% on PlayStation and 19.6% on Xbox. These numbers are absolutely insane. Now, look, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is absolutely going to make money. They're going to sell copies. Like, that's not, no one's questioning that. But this is absolutely looking like Battlefield 6 will take the proverbial cake this year in totality. Like, you can't look at numbers like these and think for any amount of time that Call of Duty is going to compete sales-wise with this game. Now, you know, obviously over time, you know, post-launch support, all this kind of stuff, we'll see how things shake out. But I'm sorry, 6.5 million copies out the gate with, by the way, over 700,000 concurrent players on day one, on the launch day for Battlefield 6 on Steam alone. These numbers are staggering. I want to know what you guys think in the comments, and how have you been enjoying the grind so far? I've seen people complain a little bit that the progression is a little bit too slow. But, you know, we'll see if they tweak that or anything. But, yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. This Battlefield 6 is easily shaping up to be the best one in the franchise. So, wow. GG's to DICE. Good job. All right. Well, that is one short form there. We should be able to go in and take a look at that. We're going to be doing a lot of these today, man. We're going to do long form stuff. We're going to do short form stuff. And as a matter of fact, why don't we go ahead and do our long form stuff? Hold on. Live stream, recordings. Let's make sure that this was properly recorded. Call of Duty is cooked this year, financially speaking, and I'm going to prove it to you with a little help of Battlefield Intel and a bunch of other reports online from Alina Analytics, I think is the main Twitter handle. But Call of Duty is going to compete sales-wise with this game. Now, you know, obviously over complain a little bit that the progression is a little... Okay. So that works. Let's set this right there and rename it. Show more. God damn it. Rename. Yo. Rename. BF6 sales. Yo, where did it go? I hate Windows 11. Oh my god. Okay, there's that. Where is... Okay, I got all my pop-ups back. Welcome in, everybody. If you're on Rumble, welcome in. Appreciate you for coming in. We're going to be talking about... We're going to be basically recording videos and talking about news and stuff today, so you'll be able to watch me do it live, as it were. I feel like a lot of my streams moving forward will kind of be of this format. It's not just me recording videos. Like in between takes, I will talk to the stream and, you know, that kind of stuff. But this is going to be how I'm going to be doing content for the foreseeable future. We will have dedicated streams for playing video games, but they're going to not be as prevalent. I want to make daily content, get it out the door, you know, stuff like that. I want to really focus on putting content in multiple places, which I think will hopefully help grow my overall channels. And then, you know, that way over time, hopefully we build an audience to stream too, you know. So that was, let's see, we got this here. Yeah, we could start talking about this stuff here. So, okay, let's do a long form video and we'll talk about Battlefield 6 or you know what? I don't think I want to do a long form on that. I want to save long form for stuff like Arc Raiders or Marathon. Because I'm not going to be playing a whole lot of Battlefield until the Battle Royale comes out. So maybe we'll stick to shorts for Battlefield for now, since I'm actually not playing the base game. We'll do this one. All right, let's do this. The absolute GOAT in all of AAA gaming has to go to Vince Zampella. I got to tell you, I agree wholeheartedly with this post from Kami on X, and there's been many other people talking about this. Basically, it breaks down the history of like his background in you know, the space, and you know, when you start looking at this, you start to realize like he is the GOAT. It's pretty much undisputed at this point. He co-founded Infinity Ward, which at the time, the backstory of that is he left EA when they were doing Medal of Honor, and he left EA because, in his own words, he was quoted as saying EA was a bunch of dicks. So he left EA for, you know, with Medal of Honor, and co-founded Infinity Ward and created the first ever Call of Duty, and then went on to make the best in the series, which is, you know, Modern Warfare 1 and 2. And then he left after MW2, and he went back to EA, but he created Respawn. That turned out Titanfall 1 and 2, Apex Legends, and Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. And obviously, all of those games are freaking awesome, right? Titanfall 2 has one of the best single-player campaigns for an FPS game of all time. Like, that campaign is so freaking legendary. If you haven't played it, you have to. And then he goes on, Respawn, he basically goes on to DICE, and he turns Battlefield around because 2042 was hot garbage, and now we're getting Battlefield 6. And you just look at them launching, Battlefield 6 launching with 6.5 million copies sold out the gate, most of that on Steam. Concurrent players on Steam alone were over 740,000. This man needs some kind of award for his GOAT status. I'm sorry, but Vince Zampella, you are a national treasure, sir. Thank you for all that you do. Please continue to cook. And let me know in the comments, man. This is just this is crazy. What a crazy resume, man. Just G freaking G, dude. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think. So yeah. That's amazing. That man has definitely uh-oh, what are we doing? What is this? Oh, hold on. Do I have to redo all that shit again? Okay. Yo, what is going on? Oh, shit. Hold on. Bro, where is my goddamn... Here it is. The absolute GOAT in all of AAA 6,000. This is E freaking G. Okay. Let's go... rename. Vince Zampella GOAT. And we'll put this right here. All right, now we can work on maybe some arc raiders. What do we got? All right, let's let's cut that. Let's cut this one. Off the grid is getting some stuff. We've already covered that. Oh, I forgot about the ROG Ally X, the Xbox Ally X. We have a ton of Mortal Kombat stuff we can cover. We're gonna do like an all-in-one Mortal Kombat video because that one's gonna be. There's a lot going on with Mortal Kombat. Quite a lot. Arc Raiders. We have several things with Arc Raiders we're going to talk about today to kind of catch up. The Server Slam is happening this Friday. Matter of fact, I need to check and see if the effing download for that is ready on Steam or not. It's ready on Epic. Yeah, I don't see the Server Slam on Steam yet. Damn, man. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for Arc Raiders, bro. Y'all have no fucking idea. Y'all have no freaking clue how ready for freaking Arc Raiders I am, dude. Oh, man. We got to make sure, but the content schedule is going to be daily content. Daily content, like as far as like I'm moving forward, I'm going to be trying to like get up in the mornings, do my videos for the day, and then, you know, then we can worry about streaming or whatever the fuck we're doing, if we're doing. The podcast, Gaming with Fire, is absolutely still happening. It's going to be back on Sunday. That's going to be business as usual. So that's still very much going to be a thing. So no worries there. So Arc Raiders. And then we got, yeah, we're going to talk about Marathon, dude. Yo, your boy got in. I am going to be able to do the closed technical test for Marathon. Now, that will be under NDA, so I can't stream it or talk about it when it happens. But I'm excited nonetheless to do it, you know. And obviously, like, if they lift, they probably won't lift any kind of embargo on it until the game launches. But I'll definitely say things like if I liked it or not. I just can't talk about any specifics. You know, it's I'm not going to be the guy that leaks and breaks NDA. You know, Bungie already probably wouldn't want to work with someone like me because they're super liberal and, you know, that's how they operate. So I'm going to mind my P's and Q's. Not to mention, bro, if you break NDA, you can technically get sued. So I'm not fucking playing that game. I'm not gonna mess around with NDAs. NDAs to me, I respect 100%. I've signed plenty of them. I've played plenty of games under NDA. Hopefully we continue to do more. And yeah. So let's see. Marathon. Yo, rules of engagement looks crazy. We're gonna go over that. And so let's get on to Arc Raiders. Let's see, what do we got? Mortal Kombat, Arc Raiders, yes. Yo, the garbage truck's here. Garbage day. It's garbage day. Hey, Miss Leslie with the repost on the stream. Thank you so much. Shout out to Miss Leslie for the repost on Rumble. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. I got an email alert on that, so otherwise I would have missed it. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Yo, Miss Leslie. Hey, and there she is. Hey, good morning. Stopping by to say hi and hit those Rumble buttons. And is that a Galaga shirt? It sure as hell is. Yes. Boom. And you know what's crazy about this is it's like the bowling alley when they do blacklight stuff. So this, you know how like in the bowling alleys, the carpet and everything is like blacklight responsive? Well, so is this. Yes. Funny enough, it's actually from a company called Retro Rifle, and they do a lot of crazy button-up shirts. And this one they did a few years back, and it's yeah, straight up. It's not like what you would call an official collab, but it basically is. I know those bugs anywhere. I know, right? Hey, Ms. Leslie, I hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. I think today's Thursday. And I really appreciate that repost and all those things. It means a lot. I've been gone for I've been gone for a week and a half on vacation. But before that, I really didn't stream for the back half of September either. So I really haven't streamed in like a month. Just, I was dealing with burnout, and then I went on vacation. And so we're back. We're back at it. Ms. Leslie says, yep, Thursday, all day even. I know, right? I'm still trying to get through the coffee. I'm almost done with it. But anyway, we're today's stream is like catching up on recordings, gaming news. We got tons to talk about. We're going to talk about Arc Raiders. We're going to talk about Mortal Kombat Marathon. We're going to talk about a new game that I saw that they just put the trailer out for yesterday that looks fucking insane. And yeah, just all the above. And in between recordings, I'll be chatting with the chat and doing all that stuff. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Moving forward, my streams are going to be more of this format where it's a lot more talking and talking about game stuff. We will be playing games and doing game streams, playing games for sure, especially for Arc Raiders. The server slam's coming out. Also, I am going to DreamHack. I am going to be there in attendance. Everything's been purchased ahead of time, well over a month ago. I'm super excited to go to DreamHack and network with all the Rumble peeps. It's going to be insane. I'm going to try to do like vertical content and videos with my phone while I'm there as much as I can. So stay tuned for that. If you're not already following me on TikTok and YouTube, of course, try to do that. Rumble doesn't have shorts yet, unfortunately. I wish they did. As far as streaming on Rumble while I'm at the event, I don't know. I have never tried streaming on my phone on Rumble, so maybe we'll have to do some tests leading up to DreamHack to see if I can get it to work. I really, really, really wish that Rumble had vertical content, man. I know they're working on it, but it would just, so you'll have to follow me on TikTok and YouTube for sure. Also, for the vertical stuff, maybe I can post it to Rumble. I'll try, but yeah, man, it's gonna be a blast. So I'm looking forward to that. Ms. Leslie says, yeah, burnout is real. Got to take some time, dude. Seriously, like even from social media, like September was really rough for like just politics were everywhere. Crazy shit was happening. It was just a bad time, and I say that in the context of like I'm a gamer. Like I want to look at gaming stuff. I don't want to use social media for really. I look at some finance and crypto stuff, but like 99% of my feed is like gaming related, and I try to keep it that way. And, so, September was just rough. And then, getting that vacay was really needed, man. I really needed that. So that, touch some grass, right? And Miss Leslie says, have fun at DreamHack. So many of you all going. I know. That's actually the whole reason I ended up wanting to go was I just saw there was like freaking everybody was going. There was like, 20, 30 plus people. And, I was like, okay, like just from a networking standpoint, I find it, I was like, man, I got to figure out how to go. Like just the networking alone is so beneficial for growing, and it's not like, I'm not trying to say it like, oh man, I'm going because I want to piggyback off. Like that's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying like in business, and if you're trying to grow your community, like networking, and because it's not just the creators, like Rumble staff's going to be there, Pickaxe, Jeff Dornick is going to be there, not to mention any other game vendors that might be there with games that you're interested in. Maybe they'll have a booth. Like these kinds of events are just the most epic networking opportunities, man. And obviously I'm excited to have a good time and hang out with people too. And like, who knows what kind of new friends you'll make. And like, there's been people that make lifelong friends at events like these, man. So I'm just excited for it overall. Ms. Leslie says, mine is Rumble stuff and hockey. Yeah, there you go. Hey, sports. Look, sports is a big thing. And I'm really looking forward to this Perplexity thing with Rumble. And maybe I'll do a long form video to talk about that, because I want to break down that new subscription they talk about and talk about Perplexity a little bit and how it affects discoverability on the platform, because I did look this up with Grok extensively. Ms. Leslie says, networking is so important. Yes. Yeah. I've been making content on and off since 2016. So I've been to many different convention type events, like with Destiny. I went to a couple of them. I've been to PAX South, once or twice. I've been to a few and I've been to like Comic-Con type stuff before, so like, the convention events, like DreamHack and stuff. I've never been to DreamHack, but like a lot of conventions are very similar. You go there, everyone has the booths, you meet all the people and, and play game demos, hopefully. But yes, they're super important. Ms. Leslie says, I casually watch other sports, but hockey is my first true love. That's awesome. Hey, I'm not a big sports spectator. I do, I don't know. I used to, when I was a kid growing up, me and my dad would watch the NBA games and maybe a little football, but I never, as an adult, have been huge into like watching sports on the regular. I will say this. I've been to a couple hockey games before, and I'm a super casual in the idea that I think hockey is awesome for one reason as a guy. Like, I love the fact that they will allow beating the shit out of each other until they hit the ice. Like, that is, I don't know. I mean, it's the most crazy tradition that exists in hockey. And I think it's funny, and just like, even to this day, like, I've seen games where like the whistle blows and they just throw gloves off, and it's like, fuck playing the game. I just want to beat the shit out of people. Like, it's so funny, dude. Yeah, exactly. Jay Cascade, welcome in. Jay Cascade says, I go to the odd minor league baseball games locally. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Miss Leslie says, I knew you were going to say that. I love the fights too. Yeah, well, and it's like, what like casual fan doesn't say that, right? It's like, of course, it's because you don't really get that in other sports. They don't allow it. I mean, football, American football, you'll see really hard hits sometimes. You see some horrible injuries too. Unfortunately, I saw one of the players in the NFL just had a massive, like, basically broke his leg, his knee. Really horrible. He's toast. His whole career is probably over. You don't want to see shit like that. Like a good tackle, like where a really hard hit, like we love seeing that as long as they're okay. But you don't get to see that kind of shit like in hockey. Like hockey's like literally. Hockey's like, as soon as the gloves comes off, the refs just back up. And the rule is, as far as I understand it, is they can just keep wailing on each other until they hit the ice. Until somebody falls down, that's when it's over. Because I guess they made that rule because for safety, because of the skates. Like, you can literally, like, there's been horrible injuries and deaths with hockey in history. People have died from the skates, the blades, right? But like, as soon as they hit the ice, it's all over. But I mean, I've seen these hockey players like just punching each other for like 5 minutes straight, and I'm like, oh my god, like, this is crazy, dude. Ms. Leslie says, hockey players are weirdly different. Seen players with broken legs, arms. Yeah, dude, hockey. And here's the thing, very much like American football, when hockey players like, get hard hits or like full speed hits against the wall or the glass, and then they get sandwiched at weird angles. Like, it's fucking horrible, man. But and then the crowd's cheering the whole time too, because it's, you know, carnage, yeah. But anyway, let's. I'm gonna transition back to some content here. Let's get back. Let's get back to gaming, right? No, but I can appreciate hockey for that, for the brutality of it. Like, it gets, those dudes don't play around. Those dudes, you know, next to MMA fighters, a hockey player is someone I would not want to fuck with. Like, those dudes are just built different, man. They are just built different. They're crazy. Half of them are fucking missing teeth already, and like, they're just they're nuts, man. Those dudes are a special breed. No, you're fine, Miss Leslie. It's fine. No, I very much would rather talk and have conversation than not, and that's why I want to change up my streams a little bit. We're, like I said, we're definitely gonna play games, and we're gonna play Arc Raiders like a madman, and but I think if I want to look at my workday and say, how do I want the flow of my workday to go with content? It's going to be, if I stream at all, it's going to be like this, where we're going to talk, but I'm going to do recordings in between, right? And that way I'm getting a content flow out the door. And then later we can transition to like playing something if I continue to stream or whatever. But yeah, Arc Raider streams are coming. We got the server slam this weekend, which I'm just... God, I'm so excited for this game. I already got my deluxe pre-order in. I got that secured yesterday, so we're locked the fuck in for Arc Raiders, man. Jay Cascade says, they remind me of Randy Marsh from South Park getting into fights every game. I thought this was America. Priceless, yeah. Bad Dad, yeah. It was Bat Dad, but yeah, you know the scene. Yeah, y'all, that's man, that's crazy stuff. All right. Let's talk a little bit about some Arc Raiders. Let me pull up some stuff here. Hold on. Let's get our obligatory vertical stuff knocked out for Server Slam. All right. Let me think about how I'm going to say this. Let's see. Arc Raider Server Slam content, early and mid tier equipment is okay. All right. Let's see. Arc Raiders is almost here, and goodness, I just can't even. Okay, well, we're not going to use that clip. We're going to start over. I don't even know what I'm saying, chat. So another thing, chat, if y'all didn't know this about me and my content, when I make videos, I don't use a script, and it's not because I'm against using scripts. I just do better off the cuff personally, and I'll have my info like y'all see on the screen here. I have my info ready, so I can glance and talk, but I don't really like scripts. I'm too animated, retarded, whatever you want to call it. And that's just my process. But so sometimes I'll start recording and then I'll be like, no, we're not going to use that. You know, that way I don't have to edit. I don't have time to edit my shit. That's another reason I do off the cuff. So let me think about what I'm going to say, and then let's record and talk about this. So we have the Server Slam here. And then we have, we're going to talk about the character reset mechanic. Okay. The Arc Raiders Server Slam is almost here. It's coming this Friday, and it's going to be amazing. It's Friday, right? 17th through the 19th, I think it was. I don't even know where the calendar is. It doesn't matter. Arc Raiders is almost here. We're going to get to taste, just a taste. This weekend is going to be open for everyone. No codes needed, no BS. Jump in and play on Steam, on console, on Epic Games, right? Everywhere. It's going to be awesome. And here's a couple of bullet points from Arc Raiders alerts on X on what to expect. It says early and mid-tier equipments will be available. All blueprints can be found, but those of the highest tier will not be craftable. That is probably on purpose. That makes sense. It says Raider deck with 1 page of unlockable items. Basic crafting stations will be available, but no upgrades. So, and I think there's only going to be the one map. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but The map is, it says the Dam Battlegrounds map will be available in the Arc Raiders Server Slam. It'll also be the first map that players will explore at the game's full launch. So, man, look, there is going to be a lot to do in this Server Slam, but of course, they're not going to give you the whole game. It is kind of an open beta after all, but let me know if you're as excited as I am. I mean, look, I think the hype for this game is at an all-time high. Some people are even questioning, like, is the hype overhyped? Is it going to deliver? Is the game going to have legs past the first couple months? I think the answer is yes, because of the way this studio works. So if you're not aware, Embark Studios is who is making this. So they make the FPS arena shooter, The Finals. If you're not aware of The Finals and how that game operates, it's the developers really know how to craft an experience. They're very consumer friendly. Their monetization is exactly what it should be. It's not egregious. It's not over the top. And the gameplay is so fluid, so polished. And if you played in any of the closed betas before with Arc Raiders, you will know that this game feels crispy. So crispy, in fact, that everyone was asking Embark Studios to just release the game. It felt finished. It felt incredible. So this Server Slam is going to be no different. I want to know, what console are you playing on? Or if you're playing on PC, are you going to do on Steam or Epic? And we're there. We're locked in, folks. It's this weekend. We're ready. Let me know in the comments what you think. All right, that wasn't like the best delivery, but fuck it, whatever. We're going to roll with it. We're going to do one more quick one for Miss Leslie says, gotta lurk a bit, stupid work, boo, adulting. I know, right? We're going to do another short one here for Arc Raiders. So were you worried about progression on Arc Raiders? Were you worried about, is the game going to have any legs past the first month or two? What is Embark Studios going to do to make sure that we are going to have, not get bored in the first month or whatever? Well, we have an answer, and this is from Arc Raiders Alerts over on X. If you're not following them, go ahead and give them a follow. There's a lot of really good accounts. Follow Scrappy also, and follow me, of course. But Arc Raiders is introducing the Expedition Project, a voluntary character reset mechanic that operates on a repeating 8-week cycle. This system allows highly engaged players to start fresh while respecting the investment of those with less time. This is really cool. Obviously, if you've played anything like Escape from Tarkov or any other extraction shooters, the reset mechanic is a very important mechanic for longevity purposes. Now, the Arc Raiders has confirmed that, you will be able to keep your achievements and some other account-based buffs. I don't know what those are exactly, but we can look into that. But you can choose. The fact that you can get to choose when you do your reset is really cool. And the cycles are 8 weeks. So, a month is 4 weeks. So every 2 months, they're going to give you the option to reset your account with your items and stuff, or keep your stuff. They are hinting that there's going to be potentially perks for doing the resets, incentives for doing the resets, in the form of like either, what did they say, legendary items or something like that. Don't quote me on that specifically, but they did say that there will be incentives to do it, but it is still a choice. And for those that like to keep the grind and the inventory and stuff, and maybe you don't want to reset the first time, you're going to get a choice. This is an absolute goated response and really caters to all types of players, right? And, so if you're someone who's really elitist about server wipes, like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about what the casuals are doing. Go ahead and enjoy your wipe. And, every 8 weeks when you get the option and the pop-up, go ahead and do it. And for the casuals that just want to hoard all their stuff forever, great. You get to do this too. This is an awesome thing. I hope more games start to adopt a similar mentality, whether it's a extraction shooter or whatever. If it's a loot-based game of any kind, like, I really like the option, right? MMOs have they add new servers where you can start fresh and stuff like that. And but giving the players the option is absolutely goated. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is this something that will add to the experience? Do you think that this will add longevity? I think it will, but let me know in the comments what you think about it. All right, we're cooking. We're doing that should cover a couple of things on Arc Raiders today. We can definitely put those out there. Let me get my folder here. Let me pull this up and make sure we're getting the right videos.
The Arc Raiders Server Slam is almost here.
All right, let me go. Let me rename this. Yo, J Cascade says neat system, but I'm not into extraction shooters. No, there's nothing wrong with that. That genre is not for everybody, but I will say that the multiplayer mechanics and how they do it is very different than a lot of other ones. Number one, it's a third-person perspective. And you can play with a squad of 3, so you and 2 other friends. They do have prox chat, which is amazing, and they have like their down mechanic. So when you go down, your body will shoot a flare in the air. That lets everyone on the map know where you are, including your own team. And that's a cool mechanic. But also, while you're down, like let's say you get into a point where you're at the extraction, right? And you have to hit the console to extract. You can actually do that while you're down and crawling around. So you can make clutch plays with just that mechanic alone, which is something that no one else does. So like because I did this in the closed beta that they had months ago. Me and my buddies were down, but we crawled into the extraction unit, whatever it's called. And I was able to reach up and type the keys on the computer and start the extract. And no one was paying attention to me doing it. And I was down. So we were able to actually extract successfully, even though we were downed because of that, which was super sick, man. And again, the PvE element to it, right? There's PvP, but it's really PvE heavy. So the enemies in the world, it was originally designed as a looter shooter. They only changed it to an extraction shooter later in development when the finals was getting ready to launch, because the finals was ready before Arc Raiders was. And they also realized that having it as a PvE only looter shooter ended up being too boring. It didn't create high intense moments. So at the last minute, they changed it to an extraction shooter. So it is an extraction shooter, but it plays a lot like a third-person looter shooter because of that. And so the gameplay, and here's the thing, if you're curious to try it out, the Server Slam this weekend is free for everyone, open beta, like no code or anything. You just jump right in, download it. So, if you're curious, that's the best time to try it out and see if it's for you. You know what I mean? And if it's not, it's not. There's no big deal, right? Arc Raiders Server Slam. Server Slam. Okay, and then this is
Arc Raiders is almost here, and
okay, we're not using that.
so were you worried about progression?
Arc Raiders progression resets. All right, let's put these over here. Oh my god. All right, putting those. We got a bunch of uploads to do. Yo, J Cascade says that's not necessarily true. Warframe is a PvE looter shooter, PvP, but it's ignored. I will also happily add Warframe has consistently been outlier in terms of. Yeah, no. Heck, it got an update. No, Jay. Okay, so I am well aware and familiar of Warframe. Warframe. I've known about Warframe for years, man. I think I was only playing it for, I don't know, maybe 3 to 6 months way back in the day. Man, I don't even know what year it was. I know that when I first played it, the Mesa Warframe had just came out. So maybe that gives us a timestamp. But look, Arc Raiders, what I'm trying to say about Arc Raiders is even though it is an extraction shooter, it plays a lot like a PvE looter shooter because they developed it. That was what it was meant to be. and then they changed it to being an extraction shooter later on in their development. So I guess the only reason I mentioned that was to say that if someone is skeptical of trying Arc Raiders, but you like looter shooters, like that might be a good excuse to try it. That's all I was trying to say. But yeah, Warframe is an amazing franchise. I really want to try their new game, Soulframe. I did not get in on the alpha test that they did recently. Unfortunately, Lumpy was playing it. I would like to try it out. Soulframe looks pretty cool. But yeah, Warframe is pretty goated. They've been around a long time. Really long time. All right, I need to delete a couple of these files. What is this? Okay, let's delete these so I don't have problems later. All right, we got like 4. Let's see, what time is it? It's not even 10. It's almost 10 o'clock for me. That's great. Okay, we got plenty of time. I can schedule all these uploads later. Let me move on to the next topic here. Server Slam. Expedition Project progression wipes. Man, I kind of don't want to do long form. Long form videos are going to be I don't know, man. I might just stick to being a short form content creator, dude. You know? Long form is still extremely viable as terms of content, but the vertical format just seems to be king in so many respects. And it's not that you can't make long videos in vertical format. You can. I'm trying to debate on if I want to be a content creator who makes long form videos on the regular or not. I haven't decided that yet. My editing style and content style works so much better with vertical. And Rumble is going to be getting vertical pretty soon. So I don't know. Yo, let's talk about Marathon a little bit here. Marathon pricing. Hold on. What is this? Pricing details, season pass, pre-order bonus. But that's not the most relevant. Pricing. Full Marathon's development. Okay. October 22nd to the 27th. Okay. All right, let's do some... Let's talk about Marathon for a minute. We have some pretty good updates on this. Now, look, I understand that a lot of people think Bungie's cooked, Marathon's cooked. Well, that's actually not the case. So much so that Sony, because they've basically taken over Bungie at this point, Sony, an interview with Herman Holst a month or two ago, basically they've said, look, the game's coming out by March of 26. And in fact, I think that's been hard confirmed at this point. No official release date, but March of 26. Maybe February, but probably March. So Sony has pretty much confirmed, March release. The upcoming technical test is happening from October 22nd to October 27th. This is a closed technical test under NDA. Now, they said that if you had the previous alpha and you have it say something to the effect of closed technical test in your Steam or whatever, that you would auto be selected for the new tech test. But you have they do have a sign up on Steam if you want to sign up for that. But I do want to talk about here it is. The closed alpha build on Steam is expired, but if your build is replaced with Marathon closed technical test, you're in your Steam library. This means you will be admitted to the playtest. I actually did get that, so I will be able to participate in the closed technical test, which I'm super excited about. Unfortunately, I won't be able to report on it to you guys, but I do want to share with you guys some of the latest leaks. This is Marathon Bulletin, by the way, on X. So there's details on the game leaks, Marathon pricing details, deluxe edition, season pass, pre-order bonuses, etc. Let's see. It says here that the closed technical test will have, you know what? I'm going to cut that whole 2-minute segment. It was way too all over the place. Not very good format. Let's start that over. Jay Cascade says, Marathon, LMAO, not a chance in hell while I still have 3 original classics in the backlog. Hey, look, I understand that people are really not having it with Marathon. I get it, dude. I totally get it. I don't know if you guys played the alpha. I played the alpha. And the alpha, to me, is exactly what an alpha is definitionally. It was unfinished. The outdoor textures were very not developed. The gameplay, but Marathon in the alpha that I played had great bones. It had great bones. It had very Destiny feeling shooting mechanics, as of course it should. In terms of an extraction game, it had the basics. I want to see that fleshed out. From everything I'm seeing, I've been following this game very closely. From everything I'm seeing, Marathon is absolutely doing the things that the community is asking for. It's doing the things that extraction people are asking for, while maintaining its unique approach to character design, world design, and some of the mechanics they want to add with the PvE elements. And I despite everything, there's a lot with Bungie as a studio I cannot stand. Okay, I don't like their politics. Their leadership as of late has been trash, which I think is mostly being alleviated because Pete Parsons is out, and they have done a lot of house cleaning with Sony taking over. Now, look, some people say that, just because Sony's taken over doesn't mean it's any less cooked, because it's Sony, and Sony doesn't have the best track record either. But I got to tell you, Sony taking over Bungie and taking over, basically the say-so on Marathon is a good thing. I promise you. Now, will Marathon be successful? I'm not going to sit here and try to glaze and say that everything's going to be hunky-dory. I don't know. I am hopeful. I want Marathon to succeed because I like what I played. I have, years and years of time in the Destiny franchise. The lore of Marathon is really enticing to me. And as an extraction offering, even though it's a unique offering in the genre, I'm very even if I don't like Bungie and their politics and their bullshit that they do, I would still rather have a good game than not have a good game to play. I am a gamer. I am a consumer of video games. I like what I've played from Marathon so far. And if they can deliver on what they're saying they want to do with this game, I am very excited for that. Okay? That being said, I totally understand that it might not pan out. And if that's how it happens, then so be it. But in the meantime, I am going to try to be a cheerleader and say, I want this game to succeed. That's me, man. I understand if people don't want to jive with that. I'm not going to hate on anybody's opinion. You do you. But if this game can come out and do well and be fun, then that gives me more video game to consume with my daily rotation, because I'm going to be playing the shit out of Arc Raiders, which is extraction. Marathon is an extraction game, and I want more of that. And I like the shooting mechanics. You're talking about Bungie, Destiny shooting mechanics with a first-person shooter. It's the most buttery smooth shit in the industry for that genre, and they're throwing it into an extraction game. Yeah, I want that. Jay Cascade says, there's a joke in here between medium rare steaks and well done. Alpha or not, I thought the art styles clash way too harshly. Bright, plastic, cyberpunk neon buildings, and copy-paste Unity nature as. Hey, totally understand. I totally understand that the highlighter color aesthetic is going to turn people off. 1,000% I get it. Even I am like kind of 50, I'm like 60-40. I'm like 60-40 on the art style. I'm 60% pro and 40% against. The art style to me is a little bit over the top, even for my liking. That being said, I'm not against it because I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. There's something about the flow. And here's the thing. Here's a good conversation, Jay Cascade. Here's a good conversation that I think I had earlier on when the alpha was happening. And I said, there's a big difference between art style and color palette, right? Now, they kind of bring the whole experience together. They're synonymous in some ways. But my point is if you take the art style but put some different colors, well, now it's totally different. And so I get it. The three primary highlighter colors, the highlighter yellow, highlighter blue, highlighter pink, being so prevalent, I even criticized the alpha by saying that, you need more than three primary colors in a video game. Marathon, in the alpha we played, those three colors were so prevalent on everything that it actually made indoor and outdoor spaces almost indistinguishable in terms of general play. Like, I would be playing and getting in engagements and shooting at other runners, and I was almost in my peripheral, kind of the line between indoor outdoor was blurring a little bit more. Now, when I say indoor outdoor, I'm talking about outdoor sections of buildings, not the actual nature piece, because the nature outdoors with the trees and everything, that was underdeveloped like massively. And they already made comment to that. It wasn't a secret or anything. But the outdoor building space versus the indoor building space became almost indistinguishable at times in your peripheral because those three colors were so just melded together, used a little bit too much. And that's why I say like 40% against, or maybe I would want them to add some more color variation between indoor and outdoor transitions aesthetically, for your subconscious, right? Like, so that is one thing I would like to see them manipulate with the color design to make it complement the game, the actual art style, and make some of these transitions between indoor, outdoor on buildings a little more discernible, a little more kind of easy to pick out. Like if I'm turning a corner, if I can't visually discern between, am I actually still part of this building but outside? You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm saying. Jay Cascade says, for that approach, they should take notes from Shadow Warrior 2. I don't like that game either, but they got the visuals right. Shadow Warrior 2, I'm not familiar with. I would have to look that up. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's Marathon. Like, I don't care that the colors are highlighter yellow and highlighter colors and all that shit. That doesn't bother me. Even the character designs don't really bother me too much. They're a little bit... They're pretty extreme. The ghost, what's the ghost class? What was he called? He was called like a ghost or smoke or I can't remember what he was called. The guy that goes invisible. Some of their character design leans a little bit ambiguous in terms of gender, which I don't like. That being said, they really hide it behind a really good excuse, which is that the runners they're not people, they're synthetics. And so if it's going to be a video game that uses robots or synthetics, the whole visually discerning gender is hard to argue when they're synthetics. you know, and that's coming from someone who's more conservative and like, I don't want to see trans shit in Marathon. I really don't. They put it in Destiny, and it was very obvious with the Cloud Striders. These people. This is what I don't like about Bungie. I don't like all the crazy trans, and I don't want to get political. That's the other thing. I don't fucking want it in my game. I don't want politics. I don't want gender ideology. I don't want this bullshit in my video games. I just want to play a fun fucking game, right? And Bungie's terrible about this. Marathon has some of it too, although it's not near as egregious as some of the shit in Destiny. That's why I'm kind of like, and the characters are not people, they're synthetics. So, you know, it's not really egregious so far, in my opinion, and I'm not going to harp on that really too much. The character designs look like video game characters. They look like cyberpunk stuff. You know, I'm down, right? It's cool. I'm down. So, I'm not gonna worry about that too much. So the color palette, while a little bit questionable, does not really bother me too much at all, honestly. And what I really appreciate about Marathon being an extraction game is it is so different. They're really trying to carve out their own little section of, you know, what an extraction game looks like. They're not leaning heavy into Tarkov, you know, inventory simulator. They're not trying to, I mean, it's really a unique approach in a lot of respects, right? You're taking Destiny shooting mechanics and classes, you know, Apex Legends style classes, and having this extraction and loot element. Plus they're going to have the PvE elements, that I'm really excited to see how that pans out. That's actually, you know, I like when an extraction shooter is PvEVP, but they lean into the environment piece heavier than the PvP side of it. Because here's the thing, you can put PvP in anything. You could take any extraction game and put PvP and toss that in, and that's understood as to what it is and how it works. But how well you're able to flesh out the PvE side of it with the enemy AI combatants and stuff, that's your world building tool. That's your lore mechanic. That is your, you know, that's your literally everything else. That's what it stands for, E, or environment. That's your environment, right? That's how you build out the different encounter and different loot grab opportunities. And so what Marathon is proposing they want to do with that is very enticing to me, man. Again, we know what PvP is going to feel like in Marathon for the most part, minus TTK and the nuance of it, because it feels like Destiny shooting mechanics, right? So we already have an idea of how that's going to go. We just have to get to the finish line and see how it's going to go. So anyway, there's plenty to talk about with Marathon. We're going to go ahead and record some stuff, and yeah, let's record a couple shorts here. All right, so with Marathon, if you had access to the alpha originally, there is a small chance that you will have access to the upcoming closed technical test that's under NDA. Now, they did put out a message that said if you had access to the alpha, that it will, you know, you will get access to the closed technical test, but you have to look in your Steam library to see if it's the case. If the alpha just went away for you and there's nothing there anymore, you will have to apply on their website. You can get the link from, you know, Marathon's X account or other accounts like Marathon Bulletin here that we're going to talk about. But I want to talk about what we do know that is coming up in this upcoming closed technical test. And again, even though I have access, it is going to be under NDA, so I'm not going to be able to talk to you guys about what I play when the time comes. But according to Marathon Bulletin, this is what's going to be in it. It's going to have 3 maps, 5 runner shells, which is 1 extra from the alpha from before, which is really exciting. They will have prox chat. The game did not have prox chat previously. They say they're going to have retuned combat pacing, and I think that also includes adjustments to TTK, so that's always going to be welcome. they're gonna add a solo queue for the tryhards out there. That's not me. I'm a casual. I don't really do well with running solo personally, but that's just me. And it says deeper environmental storytelling and more. Now that is the piece I'm very excited about here. So here's the thing. I was talking about before in a previous live stream how Marathon has, when you have an extraction shooter and you have the PvPvE, right? The element, the environment, that element of an extraction shooter is where you have the opportunity to do your storytelling, to really flesh out the world building, right? And so this saying deeper environmental storytelling is really enticing to me because this is a chance for them to build out the world of Marathon, the lore, what kind of stuff you might encounter. Hopefully we run into some more like enemy types like we see in that crazy trailer with that cryptic red wraith looking thing that was floating around, exploding domes and who knows what. That's the side of it that I'm really curious to see, because the PvE or the PvP stuff is pretty apparent. Like it plays like Destiny in terms of shooting mechanics. It feels super smooth and buttery, and you kind of already know what to expect from the PvP side of things, right? It's just the tweaks and the dials on the TTK and the pacing and the runner movement and stuff like that. Like I'm excited to play with that too, but the PvE side is like, what are we going to encounter in the environment? How are the AI going to be enhanced? Are we going to face new enemies? All this stuff, I don't know. But as I said, I am in the technical test. I am not going to be sharing any details from it because it is under NDA. But if there are any leaks or any other relevant information that I can talk about that's shared via third party like Marathon Bulletin or anything like that, I will absolutely cover everything I can. But I will not break NDA. I'm not playing that game, guys. But if I can keep you guys updated on Marathon, I'm going to do my best. So stay tuned for that. Let me know in the comments if you got into the technical test and if you're excited for the launch come March next year. Okay, there is a Marathon video right there talking about the tech test. Let's see. We can do one more. Okay. Let's see. Game Post leak Marathon's base price. This is from the Game Post. Okay. So Marathon may have had some very juicy details leak. This is an article from the Game Post, and we've seen this. This was published on October 7th, earlier this month. I'm a little bit behind, but we're going to cover this real quick because we do have the new Marathon closed technical test coming up on the 22nd. That is under NDA, and I did get accepted to be in that. I will be playing that. I will not leak any information from that, but I did do a video. My previous video on here talked about some of the stuff that Marathon Bulletin on X shared, what we can expect in that technical test, and of course with stuff like this, I'll keep you guys updated. But this article says, new leak reveals Marathon's pricing details, deluxe edition, season pass, pre-order bonuses, and launch weapons. So right off the cuff, we're just going to read this. New leak details, let's see, it says Bungie has been quiet about Marathon for months, blah, blah. And it says this info comes from Colony Deeks, an account on X that shared accurate Marathon details before. According to the leak, Marathon will launch at a base price of around $40. This is important, and I want to kind of take a second on this because this does a couple of things. It discourages cheaters by putting a paywall up, and I know it's not an end-all be-all fix to cheating, but it is an important one, and I will support this fully. I absolutely, Arc Raiders is coming out at $40 for the base game and $60 for the deluxe. And that's what it looks like Marathon is maybe potentially going to be doing as well. Deluxe edition price closer to $60. This says the deluxe bundle reportedly includes about $30 worth of season pass tokens, though it's unclear what these tokens will actually do. The Marathon season pass itself will be expected to cost around $10 and will be cosmetic only. Another key point that I think is a W. Okay, look, Bungie absolutely needs a win with Marathon, and really we should say Big Daddy Sony needs a win because Sony has basically overtaken Bungie, and Pete Parsons has stepped down. They've been doing some leadership reorg, and so Big Daddy Sony's in charge now, and they need Marathon to produce some revenue because Destiny's in the shitter. And so having the game launch at $40, I think, is a W because it's not super expensive. It's a lower barrier of entry, but it's enough of an entry that keeps cheaters discouraged. And then having cosmetic-only microtransactions is absolutely the play. You cannot get this egregious Destiny-style monetization shit. It's not going to work, and it's not going to encourage people to pick up this game, which is already starting on a really rough foot. Okay, they had the art scandal and just all kinds of development problems. You know, if Marathon is to succeed, these are a couple of great steps that I like to see. The leak also mentions pre-order bonuses both for Marathon and Destiny 2. Apparently, Destiny 2 players will get a themed ship, Ghost and Sparrow. Interestingly, Marathon-inspired Sparrow was actually found in Destiny 2 games files earlier this year. And then it says, how many weapons are in Marathon? In follow-up posts, the leak account also mentions Marathon is expected to launch with 28 weapons. Well, I'm not going to read all of them, but it says 4 auto rifles, 3 LMGs, 6 precision rifles, 3 pistols, 2 railguns. That's a new class of weapon. 3 shotguns, 3 snipers, and 4 SMGs. And it says at this time, we're unable to verify the weapons details, and always take this information with a grain of salt since Bungie hasn't officially confirmed any of the pricing content. That said, Colony Deeks has a solid track record with several past Marathon leaks, especially around test builds proving accurate. So let me know what you guys think about this. I know there was kind of a lot to rattle off, but I, for one, am really rooting for Marathon to be successful, if nothing else, because I want more great and fun games to play in my daily rotation. Look, I played the original alpha for this, and it played like an alpha. It was understood that it was an unfinished product, but what it did have felt like a really good, solid base. It felt like it had good bones. I really would rather, despite everything, I would rather the game succeed. I would like it to be fun and engaging, and everyone knows that when Bungie wants to cook, they absolutely have the ability, right? You have Destiny with all of its ups and downs, and when they have the highs, they're really high, man. So we need something like that for Marathon, and if it doesn't pan out, it doesn't pan out. I don't know, but I'm going to play this closed NDA technical test that's coming up. If there are any details that come out that are able to be shared, of course I'll do that, but generally speaking, it's under NDA, so I'm not expecting to have a whole lot to tell you guys. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are y'all getting into this tech test? Did you get accepted? And yeah, we'll talk more about Marathon here pretty quick. That wasn't the best delivery either, but whatever. So Marathon is... This is a lot of good leaks, man. This is a lot of good stuff that is on the horizon that I'm excited about, man. This game, I think this game is really going to have... I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I just kind of feel it down in my plums. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel like it has some serious potential. I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like it doesn't have the most monumental obstacles in front of it, man. They had the art scandal, the development problems. You know, as an extraction game and the way it looks visually, it's turning off a lot of people. Obviously, the hardcore Tarkov fan base, this game is not for them. It's not designed for them. And that's a big target audience, right? Marathon is just doing something so different in the space, right? They're really taking a really different approach, and it's just not scratching that itch off the bat for a lot of people from what they've seen. And then again, like I said, they've had this, the art scandal didn't help. Man, the PR for that was just fucking horrible. But despite all that, the developers are adding things that are really straight up coming from the community, like Prox Chat. The community was so hard on Prox Chat, and Joe Ziegler, the fucking project lead for Marathon, I don't know what his official title is, but he's the main guy behind it. He was so staunchly like avoiding the topic of Prox Chat, but literally people inside his own development team were like, no, we need Prox Chat. And everyone in the community is like, no, you fucking need Prox Chat. It's an extraction shooter. Like, you fucking need it. And now they're doing it. You know what I mean? Like, they are coming in there, and what I'm seeing is Bungie is being forced to do it the right way. That's what I'm seeing. Literally, I'm seeing certain leads on the team push back verbally against certain things that are common sense shit. But now there's reports coming out that those features are coming. And so I really think Big Daddy Sony is coming in there and saying, no, if the fans are asking for it, you're going to fucking do it because we need to turn a profit. We spent $3.5 billion on Destiny for it to produce nothing. And we're going to make our fucking money back on this franchise if it hair lips the Pope. I don't give a fuck. Like, I think Big Daddy Sony is in there slapping heads around and saying, look, bitch, this game is going to produce. If the fans want it, you're going to give it to them, and we're going to make this right, and you are going to cook. I don't care if you don't want to be in the kitchen. You're fucking cooking. That's what I think is going on. Jay Cascade, welcome back. Let's see. Jay Cascade says, Marathon was a successful single-player FPS linear campaign. Yeah, I remember. The OG ones, I remember. And they turned it into an extraction shooter. Anyways, no, look, I get it, man. That's another thing. Anyone who is a fan of the OG Marathon games, obviously this is not going to be that, minus however they tie in the lore, right? If they tie in the lore and add like PvE encounters that are reminiscent of the original material, I think that's the best case scenario, and I hope that happens, right? But if you wanted Marathon to be a first-person shooter like the OG stuff, or some spiritual successor, but it's an FPS and not an extraction, hey, I can't help you out there, you know? I think Marathon can be just fine as an extraction game because here's the other thing. While Bungie is known for FPS, they are more known in recent times for being a looter shooter or looter FPS studio because of Destiny. Destiny came out in 2014, and so Bungie has converted from a first-person shooter studio to a first-person looter shooter studio. So Marathon being in the looter shooter category, albeit extraction, is more enticing to players coming off of Destiny. Remember, they're also trying to convert their Destiny fan base, which for that studio is their largest fan base. So how do you move forward as a studio whose forte is looter shooter mechanics and add something new that will still retain a lot of Destiny people, but also entice new players to come in? And what is the other hottest genre in the world right now next to, BR is extraction. So it's, you know what I mean? Like, to me, it makes sense, and I'm on board for it. That's just me, again. Jay says, I've actually been more interested in those campaign games lately. Yesterday, I played through the Thing remastered for Spooktober. Oh, I bet that was fun. I bet that was a lot of fun. Okay, we've talked about Marathon a lot. Let's talk about this new game, Rules of Engagement. This shit is crazy. I don't even know if I'm going to make a vertical thing on this because I don't think this game is going to come out this year. But we have to talk about this. I am going to pause the music, if y'all could even hear it, and we are going to watch this. Because this shit right here, Jay says it dragged on a bit, but I'm happy I played it. Nice. So this game right here is called Rules of Engagement, The Gray State. This trailer dropped yesterday. Or 2 days ago. 2 days ago. This trailer dropped 2 days ago. This is a new extraction shooter. But before you turn off and say, oh, God, another extraction, just hold on a second. Because it has horror elements and all kind of crazy shit. We're going to watch this, dude. This is nuts. This game looks absolutely insane, dude. This game gives me vibes from like Once Human, Alien, fucking and active matter specifically. It goes in some crazy directions too, man. This first map they're on, it makes you think it's like the whole game's gonna look like this, but it's not. This is like one of the maps. Yo, Hong Kong from Canada, Bright Gaming, what's up, baby? This is just one of the maps, and it's like there's some kind of Cthulhu god. I don't know what's going on. It's very alien centric. Black goo and everything, man. Oh no. But this is just one of the maps. Like this is it's gonna get crazier. There's a lot of supernatural shit that goes on. Here comes the freaking bugs, dude. Oh my god. Get out. Oh Jesus. That's not gonna be enough, buddy. I'm sorry to tell you. Plant the bomb. Get down. Come on. Yeah, yo, but wait. Now we're changing maps. Keep a lookout. This is crazy. Look how good this is gameplay. Look how good this looks. Look at this thing. The fuck is that? This is where it starts to look like Once Human with kind of some of the shit they're doing. Like Lovecraftian shit, man. We're in like a cyberpunk map with crazy streetlight monsters and shit. Look at the scale of the map though, dude. And now this looks like active matter. We're out in the woods with different zombies and stuff. It's different from the first map. Now we're on like a snow city map of some kind, or maybe that's Ash, I don't know. Now we're on an oil rig, dude. Now we're on an oil rig. It's like the Tomorrow War. If you've ever seen that with Chris Pratt, that oil rig scene is like the Tomorrow War. Right here. This is straight up out of the Tomorrow War, dude. Straight up. And now we're like Cthulhu. Like, what is this? Oh my god. What is this game? And now we're in Wild Wild West. What the fuck? Like, look at this game. What is this, dude? The trailer's not done yet either. The Looper. Now we're in some kind of Arctic tundra, and he's activating some kind of fucking warp gate portal. I don't even know what. And it warps. And now they're like in a whole different... It flashed on one map, and then it ended up in another one. What is this game, dude? Yeah, the snow map Metro vibes 100%. Now it's showing like Hong Kong. This is like what Hong Kong looks like. Now we're in some like Resident Evil vibes and shit. Oh god. Boys are cooked. These boys are cooked. Ugh. Yes. Bro, we gotta watch this back, man. What in the fuck is this game, man? What is this game? Hold on. There's another video. Hold on. There's another video. Official gameplay trailer. I think this is... There's two trailers. There's one that goes... Yeah, okay. Hold on. It says all actual in-game footage, pre-alpha build, work in progress. So let's take a look at this. I haven't actually watched this one yet. Dude, this looks so good, man. This looks so good. Whoa, dude, hold on. Yo, okay, we're gonna... Whoa. Yo, he looks up. Yo, my man is suspended in the air. It's listed as free to play on Steam, cosmetic mods. I don't even care, bro. I don't care how this game is monetized. I am fucking all in on this game. This game looks fucking insane. I am so about this. Bro, they can charge whatever they want. Look at this. This whole map is straight up like Alien. Like the Aliens franchise. And a facehugger. Oh my god, it's an actual facehugger. Jesus. What are these? These are like lightning elementals or something. Mummies? That's like active matter right there. That's the kind of shit that happens in active matter. We're like on a Tomb Raider level. Whoa. They're in the Back to the Future yellow hazmat suit. Okay, this is PvP. Nice. Oh my god. Whoa. Bro, hold on. He's in a PvE engagement. Hold on, you're in a PvP engagement, and all of a sudden, you're getting sucked up by a ceiling tentacle? Oh god. Oh, dude. Yo, we got the what is this from Marvel? The warp gates and the CIA, not the CIA, it's whatever they're called. Yeah, this is like the Marvel shit. I forget what it's called, damn it. Translocation point? Okay, we're on some kind of like God, what is this fucking game, man? This looks insane. Ooh! What is that? Yo, we're doing PvP, but there's a ball. Oh. What am I holding? What do you... Oh. Bro. We got Souls bosses up in this bitch. Yeah, eat this. Give me a hammer. Come on. Fight me. I'm here. Get to the chopper now. Extraction. Let's go, baby. Yo, we're in a Ghost of Yote village right now. One bullet. Yo, we got some cool inspect. Yo, that's cool. Dude, this looks so good. Oh, shit. You got flamethrowers and riot shields. Grenade! What was that, an execution? Up next, classes, abilities, and builds. Sledge? Let's go! What is this game? Hold on. Yo, alright, Sledge. Hold on. Heavy assault unit. Ironclad front linear, the spearhead and attack, the stone wall on defense. Heavy assault shield and advanced ballistic shield can be paired with different firearms for a versatile mix of offense and defense. Sledgehammer, brutally effective melee weapon. It can be upgraded. It can be upgraded to have an explosive area effect on impact. Yo, we're doing Mexican exploding hammers right now. Brother, I'm fucking locked. I'm so fucking locked in right now. Oh, you know people are gonna be spamming that shit. Yo, there's a zomboy. Ooh! Whoa. Okay, hold on. Yo, he head pops. Yo, he head pops. And the head is a face hugger that comes at you. What are we doing? Yo, he blocked it with the shield though. Get out of here. Yo, look at this skill tree. Hold up. Shotgun Vanguard unlocks the option to equip a semi-auto shotgun with your shield. Time to get up close and personal. Oh my god. Bring it. Bam, bam. Yo, that's... Oh, man. Oh, that is OP, son. Yo, through the window. Get out of here. Yo, point blank demolition outfits the sledgehammer with an explosive tip, triggering a powerful blast. Hold on. Jay says that's more like Half-Life's head crabs. Legally distinct, the video game. Nice. Yo, explosive blast on impact for your hammer. What is this shit? Bam! It's a gravity hammer from Halo. Bro, straight up gravity hammer from Halo. Look at this shit. Wow. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Recoilless rifle unlocks the option to equip a recoilless rifle. Its high explosive warheads can deliver destruction and suppression from a distance. Explosive warheads. Well, okay, that's... Whoa! What? Dude. Yo, what a freaking... What the hell did I just see, bro? Blah! What the fuck? Okay, hold up. Yo, get to the chopper. No, you don't. Come on. Get down. Ha! You blow him straight out of the helo, dude. That's crazy. Okay, hold on. Bro, I gotta see that again, dude. What? Yo, he blows the door. Blue. Dude, what the fuck? Could you imagine tinkering with the door? Look at this shit. What the fuck, bro? Can you imagine, dude? All right, let's take a look at this class here. Phantom. Here's the Phantom class. Covert Ops Unit. A master of flanking and surprise attacks. Employs stealth as superior mobility to strike from the shadows. So it's only showing one of the perks, right? The last class had one or two, but it didn't show all three. So this one's just showing the first one. It says optical camouflage. So they're saving. Yo, okay, that's cool. Optical camo. Your vision changes a little bit. Oh wait, what did that description say? Use stealth to bypass monsters and steal the artifact. Okay. What are we dealing with here, man? Oh, you can see the other players running around. Steal the artifact. The artifact is a creature. Yo, flawless execution. Master the art of assassination. Melee attacks from behind an enemy become a powerful one-hit kill takedown. Ooh. Oh boy. Use stealth to flank enemies for a stealth strike. Get him. Slice him. Ah, backstab. Okay. Yeet. That's a one-hit kill, it says. Yo, you get this on somebody, they're dead. Yeah. The question will be, though, when they drop down behind you, will you be able to hear them? I guess if you're cloaked, probably not, but I don't know. Yo, Pyro, hazard control unit, a master of area denial, employs fire and toxic gas to reshape battlefields. So this one shows you all three perks. It says custom flamethrower, handcrafted flamethrower that spews fire and death. Can be upgraded for better range, damage, or heat management. That's cool. Incendiary bomb, throw a flammable liquid that creates a, so it's a Molotov cocktail essentially, dealing massive damage over time, denying enemy access. And then gas bomb, a bottle of volatile chemicals that bursts on impact, releasing expanded cloud of toxic gas that harms all enemies within area of effect. Okay, cool, man. I like this guy. Custom flamethrower. Jay says lurk, nice. Yep, burn them all. Pretty basic. Yeah, they got caught up. They got. I love the ragdoll stuff, man. Yo, incendiary bombs, spreading flames can expose and counter cloaked enemies. Yes. Yep, there you go. Oh, cool, man. So they're cloaked, but they'll be on fire still. Flame Surge modifies the flamethrower's nozzle to significantly improve its range. Okay. Oh, shit. Like double the range. Thermal Overclock boosts damage as heat builds up and allows for the weapon to continue firing for a brief period after overheating. Oh, cool. Yep, you gotta let it cool off, though. Damn, dude. Oh, my goodness. Yo, let's look at Steam. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, man. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, they don't have a release date, man. You are a Strider, an elite operative hired by an enigmatic organization to venture into the Gray State, an unstable dimension filled with horrific monstrosities and alien artifacts. Your mission simple to retrieve the Vertex, a priceless artifact from the heart of the anomaly, and survive a nightmarish, lawless frontier with rival squads fighting for the same score. This isn't about saving the world, it's just business. OG Midway, I saw you tweet this game and I've seen nothing about it. Yo, I just spent the last 30 minutes going over everything. Man, no, I didn't see anything about it before though either. Like the trailer just dropped 2 days ago. This came out of left field. I just spent the last 30 minutes covering the trailers that are out, but I didn't see this on my radar at all. They have an official X account too. This is their Steam page. You can wishlist it right now. And then on X, I think, let's see. Rules of engagement, the Gray State. So it's at @play_ROE. And they barely have any followers, but all this shit just dropped like 2 days ago. Like this shit is, yeah. So, man, this got 1.2 million views. Their gameplay trailer. Join our Discord? Yeah, let's do that, man. Yo, let's join their Discord for show. I am trying to get in on this. I am trying to get in on this, brother. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we were, man, that is crazy. Where is the...
Guess who just spent the last half hour with the coolest guy in school?
Yes, I have. Get off this ad, stupid. Get off this stupid ad. I don't care. Yeah, yo, Midway. If there's two trailers, there's a reveal trailer and a gameplay trailer. I don't know when they're releasing, but this game looks very polished, very far into development. This game looks insane, man. I gotta make some what do you call it? I might have to turn that section of the stream into a long form and then do some shorts on this. OG Midway says, also great to have you back, bro. Had to build up my account when you were gone. Email got demolished, so I had to make a new account on Rumble. Damn, dude. Well, I'm glad you're getting, things going. Dude, this game looks insane, man. There are several maps and classes. It's an extraction game, but it's PvEVP. There's a bunch of maps with drastically different themes. Well, there's a gameplay trailer that I did not post. There's a gameplay trailer. This is the reveal trailer, which is which is the one I posted.
So I finally went to Allstate that.
But this gameplay trailer, yo, Shin Godzilla, that's gonna be crazy. Yo, this gameplay, this shows off all the classes. This shows like alpha footage, which if this is alpha footage, oh my god, this game's gonna be insane. But it has all the different classes and a lot of their perks, but not everything. This game looks incredible. This shit looks crazy, dude. The PvE encounters look awesome, and then there's PvP too. Yeah, man. This game looks incredible. Bro got sucked up by a tentacle while he was trying to shoot somebody. You got like warping to different maps. That's so sick. That's so fucking sick, bro. Roar, you got like Souls bosses and shit. Bam. Bro, the funniest shit happens in this video, man. When they're showing the classes, when one guy gets a bazooka and fucks this dude up so bad, it's hilarious. Roar. Yo, that's like a world boss or some shit. Fucked up his whole team. Eat this flare, bitch. Boom. Get to the chopper now. Weapon inspects are clean. Bro, I don't know how they're saying this is an alpha, man. I have no idea. Classes and abilities. You get a fucking crazy ass shield and you can use different weapons. Yeah, face huggers, man. Crazy ass skill trees for your different classes. Bro, raid. I need to ping Mr. Razor on this. This is gonna be nuts. I am gonna be playing the fuck out of this game, man. I'll be playing this with Arc Raiders and Marathon straight up, bro. This will be in the regular rotation. This is gonna be my shit right here. This right here. Look at this. He's got this bazooka. Watch this shit. Bro, look, we're gonna rewind that. I laughed so hard at this earlier. That shit was hilarious, dude. Hold on. Where'd it go? This here. You get a bazooka. And then homeboy's standing behind the door. He gets fucked up. Watch this. Wow. That's hilarious, dude. And then you got a stealth class for going cloak. And you can get one-hit assassinations with backstabs. The cloaking's really good, too. Yeah, that ragdoll, bro, is so funny. Flawless execution. Yeah, so if you're invis and you get a backstab, it's a one-hit kill. You just fuck this dude up. Wow. Later. See you, nerd. Ugh. Fucking later, nerds. Then you got your pyro class. Now this might not even be all the classes. I would bet you money that it's not. I bet you there's more classes than this. So you got like a shield guy, you got a pyro guy, you got a stealth guy. I'm sure there's gonna be more. But this game looks really far in development, man. It looks really far in development. So that's normal distance, and now you have basically double distance. Fuck people up with that flamethrower, man. Yeah, dude, this game's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be on Steam and Epic. My only fear with it is it's gonna be not controller. If it's mouse and keyboard, I really might just have to get good, man. I want to play that game so bad. So, geez, I need to figure out actually doing a couple of what do you call it?
Tony, what's going on?
Vertical shorts, real
Tony,
quick.
found that cube.
For this. Okay, this was the gameplay, and then this is the trailer. So let's do this and say, man, why does it do that? Why does it do this? All right. Okay. Make the switch while you can, dude. I just don't have fun playing mouse and keyboard, man. I really don't. It's just not my thing. So that's all right. I'm gonna send this. We got to record a couple of, or at least one of these. Well, I got to do a short, a TikTok for this game real quick. So this game came out of nowhere. Rules of Engagement, The Gray State, is a brand new extraction shooter, PvEVP. But before you sign off and say, oh, another extraction, dude, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. This game, it looks absolutely insane, and I'm going to flip-flop between a couple things. There's 2 trailers on it. There's a reveal trailer and a gameplay trailer. It says it's an alpha. It's going to be on Epic and Steam, and there's no release date yet. This trailer just dropped 2 days ago, and I'm only just now kind of seeing it. This looks incredible. This looks like it has vibes of Alien, the Alien franchise, Once Human, and Active Matter combined. The maps, they look crazy. I'm not even going to be able to really articulate what we're seeing in its totality, but you have a bunch of different maps, and you have your objectives, but it also is class-based. So you have different classes that are in here. I'll try to kind of move over and show you guys some of these. You have a one with a riot shield. You have a riot shield assault class. And then you have, this guy's called Sledge. And he has different abilities, kind of like Apex, Hero Shooter, or something else, except this is an extraction game. Then you have a stealth guy, which is called Phantom. Here we go. You got Phantom, and he has, all they're showing right now is a cloaking ability, which is pretty cool. And then there's a Pyro class, a guy with a flamethrower, and he has gas grenades, fire grenades, and his flamethrower that can be upgraded. And so again, there's 2 trailers for this. One that is a reveal trailer, and then one is a gameplay trailer. This is from the gameplay trailer. Guys, I gotta tell you, y'all need to go look this up. Look it up on Steam. Look it up on YouTube. This looks like an insanely fun extraction shooter with PvE stuff going on. I gotta tell you, in the beginning, in the alien-looking map, you got face huggers. Look at this. This is crazy. You have different anomalies going on. There's a PvP encounter that happens where this guy is shooting another player, and then he gets look at this. He's shooting this guy, and then this camera perspective, he's gonna get sucked up by a freaking tentacle on the ceiling. Look at this. I mean, there's just crazy shit happening all over the place. Now you get a TVA portal that, watch this map transition. You go through this, and it completely transports you to what looks like an entirely different map or a section of the map. I don't know. You have all these crazy once human looking Lovecraftian enemies going on. You got PvP. The weapons look crisp and clean. They got weapon inspects. The skill trees look incredible. The gunplay looks incredible. We'll take a look at these skill trees here real quick while I've got you. Man, I mean, it just I think it's in the gameplay trailer. Yeah. Here's an example of the weapon trees, the skill trees. You can upgrade all your weapons and and your effects. This is hilarious. There's a bazooka, and the ragdoll effects are absolutely hilarious, dude. And now you can shoot people out of the extract helo. This game has so much eye candy, so much going on. This came out of nowhere, guys. It is called Rules of Engagement, The Gray State. Look it up on Steam. when you're done looking this up, get back to me in the comments and let me know what you guys think. I am telling you, this is a day one for me. I don't care what it costs. Money is no object. I am all in on this game. And I want to know what you guys think in the comments. This shit is crazy. All right. That's going to be a short that's going to go up later. So, chat, that's going to do it for me for the gaming news and stuff. I've been talking for like over 2 hours straight. I need to get something to eat and take a break. I got to upload all this shit. We might be back later after lunchtime. I don't know what we're doing today. This is my first day back from vacation. And so I'm going to get like all these videos going and uploaded and seeing what's going on. And, maybe if I can extract the VOD for my reaction to these trailers, I'll absolutely do that. But, bro, rules of engagement. I mean, bro, we got Arc Raiders Server Slam this weekend. I'm on top of it. We're going to be playing. We're going to be streaming. We're going to be covering it. But, dude, in the meantime, we have so much to look forward to, dude. I think 2026 is going to be the year that we eat. I think 2026 is going to be the year that we're going to be playing Arc Raiders for the rest of the year. Battlefield 6, of course, Battle Royale is coming out. Holy shit. And then 2026, dude, is stacked. We got Marathon. We got Rules of Engagement now. This game, we have I have a list. I can't even keep up, dude. We have so much shit. Man, it is we're in there, man. We're getting locked the fuck in. So, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go eat something. We'll probably be back later. I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated on X and videos, daily videos, man. That's going to be the main focus is daily videos. I'm going to stream on Rumble and everything, but streams are going to be secondary and I'm going to be trying to pump out videos, shorts mostly, maybe some long form here or there, but I'm going to push short form content from here on out pretty hard. It's just more my forte. I can get stuff out quicker. We can do a lot more with it. And I can't wait for Rumble to get shorts. That's going to be great. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. More of this to come. Stay tuned. And love you guys, man. Thank you for the support, likes, comments. Don't forget to follow, sub, all that crap. And yeah, we're back, baby. We're fucking back. Let's do it.